line in the sand. You trying to placate to everybody and their mama. I don't care about what this lifestyle, that lifestyle. I'm focused on what's better for the people. And one thing that I see is that a two-parent household with healthy love is always going to be a child's choice if they have a choice. If they forced to be with one parent, then they will accept
Date
that.
with
But if they
Ace Metaphor, not a Christian, or I guess he's a dating coach, but he's single. Okay, okay. Let's get straight to the video, man. I'm not even gonna waste your time. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let's get straight into it. Okay.
The Harley
My
initiated
way
video right now.
home.
Obviously, Tony has made the way he feels and his stance clear about
Yeah.
making sure that people are able to get the best guidance possible from the coaches and the experts in the space. And your platform actually was one that was mentioned. So, what's your take and what's your perspective on what was stated?
So
and
to,
first,
to be,
and first, did you hear what was stated?
yeah, I'll rewatch it. Everybody, internet is funny. They tag you real fast. So
Wow.
here's the thing. I respectfully disagree with my brother there. And the reason why I disagree is because there are all sorts of people from all sorts of walks of life. While I understand your perspective as a married man, brother, and this is also tagged along to the Instagram post that you guys made a couple weeks ago. While I do understand your perspective, there are so many people right now struggling with dating, getting in and out of situationships, relationships, getting their heart broken. And even then, I can say to you, brother, that maybe you're out of touch there. You know what I'm saying? So there are people that I bring on my panel that have walked and touched all different parts of life. This woman may be able to speak to this particular experience. This man may be able to speak to that particular experience. And that might reach somebody in that audience a little bit differently than you can. It doesn't mean that it's better, worse, or indifferent. It just means there are different perspectives. To think that all human beings are monolithic, that our walks of life all take the same course and the same path, and that there's one set of advice to give to all different people, to me seems out of touch. And it disqualifies a lot of people's personal experiences. One of the things I want to correct real quick that I heard that was spoken, now that we know the name is on there, like, we do have married people on our panel. That was the most confusing part about the whole thing. There are married people and there are actual relationship coaches and professionals that we bring. We have had therapists, we have had life coaches, we have had mentors, we have had people that are actively in the community be regular parts of our discussions. And so I just felt like it was a little bit of misinformation, and it comes from not actually, observing what we got going on.
I,
But
I,
my
I
Go
observe,
ahead.
I observe what you have going on. But
Mhm.
let me ask you this: what is the purpose of dating?
It depends on who you asking.
In the
My
scope,
purpose, if you ask me specifically,
in the scope of society, in the scope of family, what is the purpose of dating?
for some people, for a large percentage of the people, the scope of dating, if you're being intentional, is to find a husband or wife.
Correct. So,
But let me ask you this question, a
so
follow-up question.
someone
Is that
date
the reason why everyone dates?
is that the reason?
Why everybody
Is
dates?
that
Is
what
that the
we?
reason?
But what I'm saying is, we shouldn't promote what the devil doing. We shouldn't promote what is disadvantageous. So if
Right.
someone is dating for sex, if someone is dating
Like, how many people have you seen that they're just dating? They're just dating just to have fun. They're dating because someone likes them and they're willing to open their legs for them. That's why they're dating them. It's easy access. That's why a lot of people are dating. Let's be honest there. They do the sex and then now it's a chemistry because you guys are bonded through sex. The intimacy, but you guys didn't really like each other. It was just the sex that brought you guys together. And now you're in a relationship. Where is that gonna lead to? Single moms, broken families, kids out of wedlock, um, what else? Heartbreak, abuse, all that. It's gonna lead to that.
fun, us as people with a platform should be promoting what is going to benefit society, not what is going to confuse society. So Albert Einstein said you cannot solve a problem from the same level it was created. So having people who are dating, talking to people who are dating, someone who's dating can't help someone who's dating because the goal of dating is marriage. So a married person can tell someone who is dating, this is what you need to look out for while you're dating. This is what you need to check off. This is what you
When
need
the
to make
last
sure
time you've been
that happens.
actively dating multiple people? When the last time you actively been dating? Like, not your wife, but you've been in a dating market.
This is what you have to understand.
No, so it's the question. You asked me a very direct question. I gave you an answer. My
I'm, I'm,
point
I'm
is,
answering you. I'm
okay,
answering
go
you
ahead.
now. Dating is principle based. It doesn't matter if it's 2023 or 1903. A relationship is based on principles, not the culture, not the trend, not the fad. Love does not change. Love stays the same because God is love and God does not change. Love is not contingent upon strip clubs and pornography and Instagram and social media. So the same way that my wife and I dated, is the same way that people who will have a healthy marriage date today. But what you're trying to say is that we should date differently today because it's 2023. And that's not true, because a relationship is based on principles. So
Now,
what I'm
is
teaching
that
is
let me
dating
before you go forward, let me
still
say
works.
this. I want to be very clear here. Specifically, I said people are not monolithic. Right now, you're bringing in God, devil, the Bible, and those are your particular principles, and I respect that, brother. I grew up religious too. I respect what you're saying. Dating, the main purpose of dating, it should.
You grow up religious doesn't mean you're Christian, my boy. Everybody kind of grows up religious unless your families are just atheists and stuff like that. Everybody grows up religious. Okay, you have to pick if I really believe in this religion or not.
Be to find a mate. People shouldn't have sex before marriage. From the biblical perspective, I understand your perspective, brother, but I'm
Do
not
you
going to
really?
dismiss your perspective simply because it doesn't
Do
align
you
with
really
mine,
though? That's the
or this
thing.
person's, or that person.
Do you
I think
really
the
get
particular
it?
problem isn't me saying that your take is wrong. I respect it. I enjoy listening to your content. But to say how things should work for all people and dismiss everyone else that doesn't speak your particular alignment, to me, it's irresponsible. And the reason I say that is because there are all sorts of people doing all sorts of things, loving all sorts of ways. And if you think that your way is the only way that works, brother, I commend you. I'm just saying there are people from all walks of life that need to hear other perspectives, either to solidify theirs or make them curious about another way that could work better for them. Brother, the one thing you said that was really interesting to me
You're telling me who
is
you're working for.
you said what?
You're telling me who you're working for.
And that's why a lot of people,
You're working for Satan, bro. That's what Satan does. Satan wants you to have sex with as many people as you want. Have kids out of wedlock, get STDs, be in an abusive relationship, be in toxic relationships. That's what Satan wants you to do. But God wants you to wait until marriage, vet this person, talk to this person. Hey, do we get along? Do we both respect or obey the God that we are worshiping? Do we both follow the way He wants us to live? If we follow that, then we should get married and have a good marriage. But if you don't, we should part ways and find someone else. But when you put sex and this stuff into it, it clouds people's judgment. When I have sex with you, I'm blinded, bro, because it feels good. Now I think I like you, but I don't really like you. The sex just feels good. That's all it is. That's why he's telling you to avoid that. So you can actually know the person that you're talking to and you're in this relationship with. Take the sex out. I say this a lot. Take the sex out. I tell this to women a lot. Take the sex out and see if that boyfriend that you're dating is still around. See if he's cheating. See if he's still providing for you. See if he's still taking you out on dates, being respectful, being kind, loyal, honest, faithful. If he's not, then the sex was the thing that was keeping our relationship together. And a marriage, sex shouldn't be the foundation into a marriage. It should be love and God. Okay?
look,
But meaning you
when
telling
you when you
you're
when you
telling
say
me you're
that,
working for
when you say that,
be other
you go when you
meaning when you're
and what
telling
you're saying.
me you're working to provide a platform for all of the voices, for all the different types of people, because people are not a monolith.
Right.
So the voices that you are giving a platform to have no success if they are not in a healthy relationship.
I
And
just told you that there are people on our panel that are married. I,
exactly, that's not
Let
what's
me,
right.
being
Ace. Hey,
posted.
hey, I got a quick question here, Ace, because just to see if there's even any common ground. Do you feel like there are some people who should not be putting out relationship content? Do you also feel like there is a group of people who you would deem unqualified to speak on these topics?
Personally,
Yes.
um, man, it's real interesting. I'm so busy with my play, brother, that I don't really look across the aisle. There are content creators that I don't particularly vibe with. I don't like their rhetoric. I don't like the way they speak to women in general.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
but there are
I'm not being specific about any one person. I just mean like,
yeah.
do you more so? Because obviously Tony pretty much stands on if you're not
Mhm.
married, like you should not necessarily be putting out this work.
I think that's probably to respectfully, man. I think that is
Or you just have to
that is
frame the conversation. You have to frame
I
the
think,
conversation. You have to say,
but
"This is not relationship advice. This is my dating experience. This
brother, I don't really think that I don't
this is my
to your
dating
point
experience."
to your point and to answer the question before, do I feel like that there are people that are not qualified to give general advice or relationship advice to a large percentage of the population? Absolutely. I think that there's people that are not qualified to my metrics. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with somebody getting up here and saying this is why I think this or I think that. But what I am saying is for us to not acknowledge the diversity in people and thought processes and ways in which relationships and love can work for many different people, that to me is hard to wrap my head around. Um, that's the thing that I want to say. It's hard for me to wrap my around. It sounds elitist. It sounds like, you know what I'm saying? And then when you said something, Tony, respectfully, when you said you're working for
I want to say something about that. If you, it sounds like he's dating not to get married. So you're dating to just have sex with someone. Okay, then you have to change your platform to be, hey, I'm just in a casual relationship. We're not going to get married. We're just dating. You know, we're playing house. Do content on that. Don't do content on marriage because you don't know nothing about marriage. You've never been in a marriage. So why would you do content on marriage base? People who are looking for marriage shouldn't come to your platform because you don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about casual relationships. And he's talking about marriage. So if a person wants to get marriage advice, go to Tony. If you want to get casual dating sex, go to this guy, Ace Metaphor. That is my opinion. Why would you listen to someone that doesn't know nothing about marriage when you're looking for marriage? It doesn't make sense.
the other side. Brother, that's why a lot of people struggle. Because I think you're implying that the other side is the devil, right? Is that what you're implying?
Meaning you're working for the other side of providing confusion. Because if you have 6 voices on a stage and there's 6 different messages, people leave more confused than they came. And if the people who we are seeing by the millions are not saying anything worthwhile, but it's a meaningless back and forth conversation that does not bring a solution, that does not help us build families, that does not help us better raise children, that does not help us climb the ladder as a people, as a group who are struggling economically, struggling relationally, struggling in every way. When we provide conversations that only bring confusion and don't bring clarity,
It don't seem
what I
like
mean by you working
it
for the
don't
other
seem
side.
it
You're
don't
working for
seem like it really don't seem like, in my opinion, you actually pay much attention to what we got going on over here, brother. And that's respectfully. I'm
Let me ask
respectfully
you this. Let
saying
me
that.
ask you this.
I'm,
Let me
I'm respectfully I'm respectfully saying when you can use the adjectives you want to use, and then you don't empty messages. You can use all these adjectives, but just because you're making these blanket statements, that's why I said it's dangerous. It's dangerous when you're making blanket statements
Brother,
without
it's
having
not
all
a
the factual
blanket
information.
statement. It's not a
It
blanket.
is a blanket statement. You're making blanket statements,
I'm
and you're
living
putting
this.
people's names in it. You're
I'm
putting
living
people's
this.
names in it.
I'm living this as a husband and a
Your
father,
truth
which is successful
It's
for
the
our
for
truth.
you.
and for our community. It's not just for me. Principles are principles. So,
Right,
so
but your principle, you're not the only person with principles.
you're promoting casual sex.
Yes, bro. And casual sex is ruining the black community. Everybody's having casual sex. Sexy Reddy's having casual sex. And she has 2 kids by 2 different baby daddies. Okay, that's casual sex. That is not going to lead to a good foundation. So 2 fathers are coming to one woman's house to pick up their kids. Does that look like a good example to her children? Sexy Red is having 2 male figures come to a house to get their kids. One is in jail and one is maybe a street thug. We don't know. But we know one is in jail. If you're in jail, how you impregnating your baby mother, again, for the second time? It doesn't make sense. It means she got in another relationship with someone else and she has a baby. And people are doing it your way. That your way is leading to Sexy Red's avenue. That's why people are telling you that what you're saying doesn't make sense.
You're promoting hookup culture. And then you say you bring it. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. You having a conversation? You watching me online. You say you appreciate my message. Why haven't you called me to your conversation?
You know what? Why he doing all that? Look, why he doing all that? Now listen, why he doing? Look, he doing all that.
You say you bringing all the voices. You say you bringing all.
Whoa! You doing all that? You doing all that?
How you not gonna call somebody who got 3.5 million people online and have been in the trenches since 2007, but you bringing all the sides? You ain't bringing all the sides. You ain't bringing all the sides. You bringing the side that you want to bring, and then you trying to take me to task for my words, and you trying to hold me for every word, but you didn't catch that you just call what you doing a play. I call what I do purpose.
I don't know what you mean about a play.
You just said I'm so focused on my play.
So plate, PLATE, plate. This is the last. I messaged you March 10th. Yo, would love to feature you on my podcast. We're shooting April 28th, 29th. Any interest? And then it was like an automatic reply that said you don't receive messages, so I didn't attempt that way again. Brother, respect.
Yeah, bro. I got a website, man. You know how to reach me. I got a website.
Man, I'm 35, brother. We do things a little differently.
I'm 39, bro. Don't act like you at another generation.
So So here's the thing. It sounds like we might be seeing TG on the next
Tonight's conversation.
That's what it sounds like.
With just him and Ace, by the way. That's enough. That's enough for the stage. Just him and Ace.
Because you know you can't put this Ace. You know you can't put a brother like this on the stage with anybody that's even halfway single. Now here's the thing. Here's what I want to ask about this.
Listen, I don't mind being single people. What I'm saying is frame the conversation. We can't let it go out as relationship advice. This is a single experience, or this is a hookup experience, or this is I'm divorced and I'm telling you what went wrong in my marriage. But this is going out to the millions as relationship advice. And so what I'm saying is, if you send the message of a single man who is having sex with women and dating, if you send that message viral, give the equal pressure and push of the therapist that you say you have on there, or the married person that you say you have on there who is happy and healthy, and do that split test of A and B so that it balances the conversation. Anytime I see something from tonight's conversation, it's on the same side of the line, and it is very confusing. I don't know what I just heard, what the purpose of it was. It's a man arguing at a woman arguing at a man, and there's no solution, there's no takeaway. It's all sensationalism. And one thing that I know is happening is money is being made, but there's no progress being made. And then a lot of times, if it's progress, we're gonna feel it. And so my thing is, I'm not with the confusion and the games. I'm very direct in what I say. I'm very real about what I stand on. And at this stage in our life, especially in the Black race, we need results. We need solutions. We need progression. We need we need healthy families.
So,
And marriage.
I keep saying, I want to respond to that because again,
Are you married?
No, I'm not. Again,
So how
but
you
I'm
having all these conversations?
hey brother, I done let you get your long little monologues out, and I just want to respond.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is, I wish you would say I more when you speak. This is how I feel. This is what I think. This is the path. Because my only issue with what you are saying is you're not including that, brother. If that works for you, great. But you have to understand the people that come ask questions that are at our shows, they're asking about them having casual sex. They're asking about this heartbreak that they didn't experience. They're asking about how do they find themselves again, how to have self-forgiveness, how to do this, that, and other. They're asking about a host of different things, brother. And sometimes I'm the most qualified person to speak to their experience or to give them advice on it. Sometimes it's Kitty, sometimes it's Trip, the person you said, oddly, never been that guy, but I've known Trip since we were kids and he's always been that guy. My point I'm trying to make is it would probably benefit to do a little bit more homework here. You know what I'm saying? And that's me being respectful. And then when you speak to every clip that you've seen, every 60-second clip that you've seen may speak more about your algorithm than you think. Brother, we post a host of different clips. If you go down our page right now, you'll see 4 or 5 clips on forgiveness. You'll see 4 or 5 clips on motherhood. You'll see 4 or 5 clips on us progressing as Black people in this country. And my point is, even further, if you went to actually watch the episodes, you'll get a further context. Brother, I can't speak for your algorithm, brother. Yes, we post a host of different.
Let me not on my algorithm. I'm just correct. You're not on my algorithm.
Let me finish. I let you finish your monologues.
No, I just don't want you to put out false things because we do.
Like you are.
I'm just letting you know that it's not from my algorithm.
Right. So if you haven't, so what I'm saying is, if you haven't properly, this is my thing, and I respect your work, and I would love to have you on the panel. I think even coming to a show, you would see how different of an experience than what you think it actually is, how it would be. But what I would say is this: whether it's your algorithm or not, whether it's people sending it to you or not, yes, we post we host and field a whole bunch of different questions from people from different walks of life and experiences. And so, yes, one question may be quote unquote sensationalized, but that was a real question from an audience member. This question might be like, man, how do I find my confidence again after postpartum depression? And that's a clip that got just as many viral views. This question might be about somebody having casual sex and being flown out. But this question was about a woman saying, you know what, I feel like a single mother, even though I'm married. What do I do? And that clip got 10, 15 million views too. I can't speak to just a few clips that you've seen. And so when you're using that to frame, when you're using that to frame and say,
hey, calm down though, bro. Because you're getting a little too much bass in your voice. So,
Mr. Gaskins, when you first of all, here's the thing. Anybody has watched my videos know I talk that way, brother. When you say some stuff like that, you know what you're saying, dog. What I'm saying is, you got on the platform and you're spreading misinformation. You're spreading misinformation. You say don't spread misinformation about an algorithm, but you got on this platform and you've already admitted that you ain't really deep dived in our content, and you speaking as if you know what we are doing. And so when you want to take your bait,
listen, I got a question.
That's what he's doing.
One second.
Hey, so let me ask you this question, because we got the super chats coming in, and I think this is a question that the chat really wants to know. And shout out to Beautified by Lorraine. She says, if the goal is marriage, How can someone give relationship advice that leads to a successful marriage if they are not married?
So the answer to the question is, if that person's individual goal is marriage, I want to first say that. If
Okay.
that person's individual goal is marriage, that's one thing. And for that being said, there are people, to Tony's point, that have navigated that course and can give better insight if the goal is to be married. And you can look at to their track history. This is why we have married people on our panel.
Okay.
But not everybody's goal in dating is marriage. Brothers, for every one
Everyone's goal in dating should be marriage. What are you dating for? Are you dating to play house? What is the purpose of that? And you've seen so many black people date just to play house and see where it led them to. Being single mothers, being in toxic relationships, being um financially abused, being financially inadequate, not making enough money because now this isn't two parents in a household making money. It's just one. Okay, let's be honest there.
person that's dating to try to find marriage, there's 3 or 4 people dating just to find themselves. There's 4 or 5 people dating in an experimental way. There's 6 or 7 people dating just to distract themselves from a heartbreak. So not everybody.
Why are you dating to distract yourself? You're supposed to be healing, building, fixing yourself, making yourself the most complete version that you can to attract the highest spouse that you can. So why would you just date to waste time to just get your mind off your ex? That is wrong. Because now you're breaking someone else's heart that thinks that you love him. But you were just using that person as a rebound. Sir, come on.
That's out here. Dating is dating to be married.
And
Some
what we
people are dating just for fun. They're dating from a recreational sense. We can up here on this podcast say, oh, in a perfect world, everybody would be dating for marriage. But this world ain't perfect. Most of your listeners have been led on or are misled or time has been wasted on somebody they thought was intentionally dating, but that person was just recreational or experimental dating. So my point is, yes, if the goal is marriage and 2 people link and both of their goals are united as marriage, yes, a spiritual path for that and spiritual advice is a good place to start. Somebody like Tony will be a great place to start. But getting to a person and finding a person and avoiding people that are not there to get you there is also a path too. And there are people that have been in this dating situation so long that they know how to recognize red flags a little bit better than people.
Why are you in a dating situation for so long? You see, guys just telling on themselves. Why are you dating for 5 years and you haven't found a spouse yet? It means that you don't know what you're talking about. It means you don't know how to pick a quality woman. Am I lying? Am I lying? Tell me, am I lying?
That haven't. And so those people have a voice too. And those people reach people too. So for us to act like we live in this idealistic world where everything is how it should be, and we're not dealing with a whole bunch of BS in this dating situation, I just think is out of touch. For real.
Now, let me say this because it's some people in the chat now that's a little worried. The thing is, both of y'all are leaders in the space, regardless of who likes what. Both of y'all got millions of.
Man, that man told me to take some bass out of my voice, and that crossed the line to me.
Listen, Ace,
that was crossing the line.
cross the line when you got the bass in your voice, bro. You hear what I'm
Bro,
saying?
I always got bass in my voice.
Listen, I really don't want to have to
Guys,
end this conversation.
Keep the love.
Because I do got just one more question. Because like I was saying,
I feel like that was unprofessional. It really was.
Hey, stop with the gaslighting. It was unprofessional with you yelling. So we having a conversation.
Fellas.
And what you got to realize is what I'm telling you is, I understand.
Yo, have you seen any of my videos, bro?
Yes, I've seen your videos.
How do I do my videos?
What did I say?
Wait, fellas, I don't want to get too caught up in the conversation about this. Because as
Right.
we, as both,
That's what I try to tell y'all, though. This is what I try to tell y'all. If y'all want to bring Ace on here, let Ace come on here and talk. If you bring me on here, let me talk. Because I don't, where God bring clarity, the devil bring confusion. All this is
There you go again, bro.
more people. And so I stand on what I stand on, bro. I draw a line in the sand. You trying to placate to everybody and their mama. I don't care about what this lifestyle, that lifestyle. I'm focused on what's better for the people. And one thing that I see is that a 2-parent household with healthy love is always going to be a child's choice if they have a choice. If they forced to be with one parent, then they will accept that. But if they get to choose, they're going to say, I want 2 parents in the home, exemplifying love, supporting me. I could talk to this parent about this. I could talk to that parent about this. Life is not about doing what makes us feel good and what we want. Life is about purpose, and it's about doing what hurts sometimes. Life is about doing what we have to do, not what we want to do. Do you think as a man that I just want It's not that I just want to be with one woman. I have to die out to myself. I have to crucify my flesh for the good of my family, for the good of society, for the betterment of the world. So, yes, somebody may want to just hook up. Somebody may be dating to heal. But when they want to do that, we need to be there to say, hey, you should not be dating to heal. You need to heal before you deal. You should not be dating to just hook up because you are having sexually transmitted diseases and you can catch a physically transmitted disease that alters your life. So it's not about just giving a platform. Not everybody want to live life legally, but we don't need to give a platform to people who want to live illegally. Not everybody want to do half of the things right, but we don't need to give them a platform for the sake of let's let everybody speak when they speaking from their mess, when they speaking from their brokenness, when they speaking from their pain. So it's a time and a place for everything. And you give a space to people who are doing what is good for society as a whole. It's not just about making money. It's not just about touring and being famous. And the thing about it is if you're having these conversations every night on tonight's conversation and the conversation is productive, then you should be able to see one of the multiple millions of women who are qualified to be your wife. So if your own conversations can't help you find your wife and settle down and be married and have
That's
a family
not
with your
working.
wife, then what is the point of these conversations if the creator can't even benefit from it? So that's my
Brother,
point.
Ace, hold on.
brother,
Hey,
hold on. Let me respond to them. See, hold on. No, let me respond to my man.
No, I got you. I want you to give a closing statement here because we're gonna wrap this one up. And Ace, if you really want to have another conversation continued, we're gonna talk outside of this. But please
Right.
go ahead and give your closing statement here so we can continue the show.
What I'm saying is my man right there just throwing a whole bunch of he don't know what he's talking about around. I'm in a committed relationship.
You showing
I'm
her?
working, brother. I let you every time I
just
start to
asked a
talk, you want to interrupt.
You're showing your girl. You're not showing your girl. So are you really in that relationship? What are you like? What's the word I want to use? Are you not proud of your girl? Why don't you want to show your girl off? Okay, you don't have to let her talk on the camera, but you could take a selfie with her, take pictures with her, go on vacation and take pictures, post it, so everybody knows you're in a relationship. But you're not doing that because you want to sleep around.
I didn't interrupt you. I let you get your stuff off, bro. I even let you say you got too much bass in your voice. I let you get the whole little rah-rah out. What I'm trying to tell you is what my particular issue here is when you speak, brother, you're dismissing a whole bunch of other voices just because it doesn't sound like yours. What I said in the beginning of this conversation is I respect your voice, brother. It resonates with
He's dismissing your voice because they sound like the devil, bro. I don't want to hear nothing from the devil. And God told me don't worship the devil. He told me worship him. So I'm going to be worshiping him, not the devil, bro. Man, if y'all like this video, man, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Tell me what you think in the comments. Peace.